So you've read Paradise of the Blind by Duong Tu Huang, and you're thinking, man, I want some Vietnamese food right now. Well, aren't you tired of that typical spring roll? Aren't you tired of that typical beef pho? Well, you're in luck. This video will show you how to make chicken pho. You know, like gobble gobble. Oh wait, no, that's a turkey. Anyway, yeah, let's get into it.
So, before we end up teaching you how to make pho, let's first learn about the history of pho. So, pho originates from the late 19th century with influence from the colonization of French Indochina, amalgamating the French tradition of red meat with Chinese rice noodles and spices. As a result, it's commonly accepted that the word pho refers to pot-au-feu, a French beef stew. Nowadays, it's popularized with its rise to nobility trending after the diffusion of culture from the Vietnam War, interactions beginning in 1954 as the North and South sectionalized. The isolation resulted in distinctions as pho evolved. Most prominently, the Northern Vietnamese style pho uses less ingredients due to the political turmoils and social repercussions. Alright. So now that you aren't so much as an uncultured swine anymore, we can actually focus on creating the dish.
To begin, gather the following ingredients for an excellent quick bowl of chicken pho: a 3/4 inch section of ginger, 2 medium-large green onions, 1 very small bunch of cilantro sprigs, 1½ teaspoons of coriander seeds, 1 whole clove, 3½ to 4 cups of low-sodium chicken broth, 2 cups of water, 6 to 8 ounces of boneless chicken breasts or thighs, ½ a teaspoon of fine sea salt, 5 ounces of dried narrow flat rice noodles, 2 to 3 teaspoons of fish sauce, ½ a teaspoon of organic sugar, or 1 teaspoon of maple syrup optional, pepper optional, extras, bean sprouts, mint sprigs, Thai basil, cilantro leaves, lime wedges, thinly cut chili peppers.
Begin by preparing the broth for the pho, which will be the most important part of the process. The broth gives each component of the mix its flavor and allure. Once you have your broth ready, you want to get it simmering. While the broth simmers, you want to get your bowl of pho ready. To get the noodles nice and moist, you want to soak the noodles in hot water until they're soft and opaque. Drain the noodles and ready them in the bowl. Prepare some shredded chicken, fresh bean sprouts, leaves of mint, cilantro, and a piece of lime or cucumber, or whatever else pleases your palate. You don't need to put these on immediately, because you're going to set the ingredients on the surface of the broth later. Wait for the broth to get really hot, as the chicken juices and the soup will fuse better. Once the broth is ready, you want to make sure you strain it if you don't want small clumps in your food. During the process, feel free to add water to the broth so as to lighten its flavor, or add more broth in general. Once everything is ready, add the broth to your bowl. Submerge the noodle and begin spreading the chicken and the vegetables on top. And there you have it, a nice bowl of traditional chicken pho. Now if you don't want to dig in right away, it is going to be quite hot. Let it rest, and every once in a while have a taste to ensure it's optimal for consumption.
Duong Tu Hong's inclusion of Uncle Chin's cooking pho and other foods for the men who arrive at Chin's apartment details an important part of Vietnamese culture and its prominent role in Paradise of the Blind. The pho being cooked in Chin and Hong's reunion along with other foods in the book communicate a deeper level of the social hierarchy in Vietnamese culture and symbolize respect and consideration of others, as demonstrated in Uncle Chin's preparation of food for others arriving at the apartment. The food also provides for the establishment of the importance of familial values and bonding with Vietnamese culture, themes that are found most prominently communicated within Duong Tu Huang's Paradise of the Blind. In many instances, this familial bond can be seen even more greatly in times sacrifices are made to even gather enough food to eat. It is through these many cases that familial bonds and the respect carried in food and its delivery is conveyed within Paradise of the Blind.